Ladies and gents, I'm Sam with Killer Views, and today I'm going to be talking about my Christian response to the movie The Exorcist. Ever since its premiere on December 26, 1973, The Exorcist continues to be seen as one of the scariest and most disruptive films of all time, paving the way for the modern horror film. With the impact of the film has made on movies in general, it also brought a massive impact on society, bringing in loads of criticism from religious circles. More specifically, the Christian church. But should that have been the case? Was The Exorcist that evil of a movie as churchgoers to this day still say it is? Are there actual themes within the movie, past the frightening images and strong language, that a believer such as myself can agree with? We're about to find out.
And spoiler warning for anyone who has not seen this movie yet. And please, if you have not already, please like this video if it impacted you in any way. It does wonders for this channel.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allah.
So theme number 1, the ugliness of evil itself. This movie holds nothing back on its depiction of demonic possession, and what that could possibly entail in a fictional story. It's got blood, swearing, spinning heads, nightmarish sounds, etc., etc.
Now, I can go back and forth with other Christians as to whether it was necessary to depict evil so brutally. That could be a whole other discussion. Feel free to share your thoughts down below in the comments section. But I can't turn a blind eye. I gotta give credit where credit is due. At least this movie is covering evil as something very far from anything attractive in any way, shape, or form. The face of this devil, this demon, is brutal.
Its behavior is far away from today's depiction of Satan and his demons. This demon is the villain of the villains, in that at least that depiction deserves some respect. Theme number 2, the ineffectiveness of science, medicine, and, quote, experts in the face of spiritual warfare.
Look, disclaimer, I am in no way, shape, or form telling you all that doctors and scientists are not important. That's not what I'm saying. God is the creator of the natural universe, and to observe, to study, to experiment on God's universe as a form of worship is always a good thing.
Now, what Jesus taught and demonstrated was that when it comes to spiritual matters, spiritual issues cannot be solved by mere human logic, reasoning, or the natural law, because the spiritual realm is supernatural. So you cannot solve spirits, demons with a test tube or with some natural way. It's hard enough to whip somebody you can see, but it's a little harder to whip somebody you can't see.
The Exorcist does a pretty good job telling a story, arguing that fact. Chris takes Reagan to all these experts, doctors, psychiatrists multiple times and puts her through all these tests, only to come up with nothing. Because as Chris ends up realizing, her daughter has an evil spirit within her. And something like a brain scan is not going to solve it. Theme number 3, the importance of self-sacrifice. The character of Father Karras is, in my opinion, the hero of this story. He is the most transformed. At first, he is broken, tired, in the midst of a faith struggle. After his mother dies, he is just existing. In his eyes, he has no more purpose. Until Chris arrives. A new purpose arises, which is save Reagan. After going through a hellish fight of faith versus evil with his mentor, and facing the apparent death of the story, Father Karras chooses his final move, and that is to command the spirit to take him and jump out of the window to his death. Now, I don't mean to take this conversation into the route of was his self-sacrifice, quote, God-honoring, because obviously it's not. He asks the demon to possess him, which is not a Christian way of doing it. But the point is, the move he chose was to die so that someone else can live.
I wonder who that reminds me of. Yes, this movie, despite its graphic nature. The swearing is brutal, but I must say that as a Christian, I cannot condemn this as a purely evil movie, as most of the top preachers said this movie was back in its time. I think it's a movie that can spark a good spiritual discussion and can really start deep conversations about spirituality, about Christianity, about God's love, good versus evil. It's definitely not a movie to show kids, so don't take this as permission. But it's also not a story that should be burned off the face of the earth, all right? This is not a movie designed for hell. I think this movie is giving a much more positive message than we think.
Please like this video and subscribe to support this channel for more killer views on movies and stories, and for more content on Christianity and spiritual topics. Thank you for watching.